And now, it's time for the Ford Advantage, presented by Maritime Ford, home of the 1% rule.
Maritime Ford, Lady Mercury, it's time for Maritime.
Good morning, folks. This is Steve, and I'm back for another round of the Ford Advantage. Actually, we could title this show the Maritime Ford Advantage because I'm going to lay out for you several of the things that Maritime Ford does in our endless attempt to go the extra mile for you, our customers. I'll start off with a sales event we're currently running to celebrate the Ford F-150's incredible run of 33 consecutive years as the #1 selling pickup truck in the world. We are running a $33 below invoice sale on every F-150 in stock. This is kind of a big deal for us. This is the first time I've ever departed from the 1% rule since I started it, but I ordered a ton of these new F-150s, and I wanted everyone to feel like this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It literally amazes me that any vehicle could dominate the market for more than a year or two, much less 33 years. You have so many choices out there, and let's face it, when you're the king, everyone is gunning for you, and the F-150 has been in our competition sights for over 3 decades now, and frankly, they can't do a dang thing about it. That speaks to the incredible job the Ford design team has done over the years, but more importantly to the job the engineering team has done. For 33 years, they've built a workhorse that hasn't been beat. At the end of the day, your truck can look as slick as you want it to, but if it doesn't have the best payload and towing capacities, the best fuel economy, the best resale value, the best reputation, I don't care how many beauty competitions it can win. I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but can you name me any product out there that has dominated the market for 33 years, that has never taken second place to a competitor? In prepping for today's show, I racked my brain trying to think of one. As a matter of fact, if any of you can come up with one, please email me at save@maritimeford.net, and I'll be happy to give you credit on a future show. At any rate, this truck has managed to reinvent itself again and again over the years, and every single time they've nailed it. And last year's redesign was an absolute home run. You just can't believe they can stick so much function into such a comfortable driver. When you sit in the cockpit of this truck and you see how they've laid it all out and how much attention to detail there is, you immediately understand why this truck has been so popular over the years. They've redesigned the dash so everything is right where you need it to be, without being cluttered. They redid the already best-in-class seats. You won't believe how comfortable this thing is. If you sat in the passenger seat while you were driving down the road and closed your eyes, you would swear you were in a car and not a truck. Ford has always gotten the fact that truck owners spend a lot of time in their vehicles, so they have to be comfortable. Another thing they always realized was how important trucks are to an entire family, so they gave their crew cab the most spacious, most comfortable back seat out there. I'm driving an F-150 crew cab myself right now. I had a buddy of mine sitting in the back seat on the way back home from the airport last week. Now, this guy is 6'4", 260, and he couldn't believe how much space he had back there. Okay, so we're running a $33 below invoice sale on every one of these bad boys. And just so you know, these are all 2010 models. There's no leftovers or distressed merchandise. And I have 25 of them in stock, so you're pretty much guaranteed to find the truck that best suits you. And if not, of course, we'll find you the one you need. The bottom line is that the $33 under invoice, that is before other incentives, so you're still going to save thousands beyond that. And there isn't a single catch here. By waiving our 1% rule, you're saving about $400 or $500 over our typical pricing, but I really felt like this was an event worthy of that discount. Okay, so I started off talking about what Maritime Ford does to go above and beyond for you. In addition to our pricing policy, namely the 1% rule, we offer a ton of value when you really need us the most. And guys, that's after the sale. From free service loaners to our shuttle service, to our discounted oil change program, our focus has and will always be delivering you value from the day you buy your vehicle to the day, the government offers you $4,500 to destroy it. Seriously, though, anyone can sell you a vehicle, really. But what separates us from other dealers is how we take care of you after you take delivery. You need someone that has your back. We have a very good customer of ours turn in her lease, and about a month later, she got a bill in the mail for roughly $400 worth of damage that the leasing company said was excessive on her turned-in vehicle. Well, we spent over a week trying to convince the leasing company to waive the charges, and finally we got it done. Now, that's what I mean by having your back, and that's the kind of dealership you want to work with, one that stands up for you and fights for you. It's my belief that that's why my family's been able to do this for nearly a century now, because nothing is more important than you. Thanks. Have a great day.
You've been listening to the Ford Advantage presented by Maritime Ford, home of the 1% rule. Don't forget to tune in again next Monday morning at 11:15 for another edition of the Ford Advantage with Steve.
It's time for Maritime. Maritime Ford Lincoln Mercury. It's time for Maritime. It's time to come and see the Maritime difference. To put the